Jesus saved
Which one?
me.
What are we supposed to be doing, Rob? We're supposed to be over here.
Me
or
from
over
myself. Hit it, Jew.
I don't really know that
lost so long.
I don't even know that song.
Looking for help.
It's a decent, it's a good song.
It is a good song.
What you can tell is like, so we all have this, and this is what at one point in your life, if you're not a believer, at one point in your life it's still gonna hit you that you're gonna be left with an ultimatum like, is God really real? Right?
Oh yeah, that's a question that everybody
you
ponders.
know deep down inside that you're gonna have to answer. Everybody knows you're gonna have to answer one day. You can't look at creation.
That's the intro music.
Dude, I'm sorry, you messed up your point.
Keep talking.
I don't even know what I'm
It
talking
don't
about.
go with that, does it?
No, you should have played some soft sentimental music.
Exactly.
But at one point, you get to this destination where you're like, man, I know that there's something bigger than what we are, you know. But yeah, this is too much for me.
The boys are back in town. We got you back, man.
Oh, I know it, man.
We missed you last week. Yeah, man.
How did everything go?
Who do we have on here?
I didn't see it. I didn't even think y'all did it.
Reggie.
Wow.
You said we would look. What you told me was we're gonna get together a couple days before and do it.
Look, I told him, man. I said,
dang, Drew already left.
I said, Drew told you he was going out of town. We would have to do it on Wednesday.
It was snowing.
The boys is back in town. So,
bro,
is it hot in Miami?
Did you see how long it took me to get to Nashville?
I said you was flying.
No, I wasn't. It took me 4.5 hours to get to Nashville.
Was it hot?
Hey, let's kick it off, man. Welcome to another edition of Trust the Process podcast. Yours truly, Rob the People's Plug Martin.
Jesus save
Joined by always the Italian Stallion, also known as the Reverend
What's up? What up?
Nicholas Martin, and
I had a
live.
great week.
Yeah, live back for episode 76. Mr. Irregular Strength himself, Julius Maddox. Round of applause for him.
What's up? Round of applause.
Round of applause for him.
Yeah,
I think he's being sarcastic right now.
Man.
Round
I
of
need my
applause.
sound effects. Yeah.
That's crazy. You went from 700 to
They don't even know what you're talking about. So how's your week been going?
No.
The week has been well. Let me try this coffee. I'm sorry.
It looks good, don't it?
Man, this coffee looks scrumptious.
It is. It's very
Look,
scrumptious.
it's got the ice and everything. You know,
It looked like a caramel just trickling down, don't it?
Man, it's very good. Dang.
You know how to get
here, let me get that for you.
You know how to get a special coffee made, don't you?
I do. That's called the Roberto. I went in there one time and I said
$8.
No, that's about listen, that's about 2,000 calories.
Don't worry about it. Look, I went into Starbucks one day and I was talking. I said, "Look, they got that cold brew, right, Nick? Nick, do you know when Jew try that cold brew?
I don't know what cold brew is.
It made me sick.
Try it. Jew had to tap out of teaching that day.
What is it?
Jew, it had him shaking.
Cold brew nitro with the nitro.
They got it's made with nitrogen.
Wow.
A coffee made with nitrogen, it has to be next level.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, here's what I told her. I said,
can't believe you didn't grow up.
Let me get that cold brew with I want the Nitro Express cold brew and add some extra shots. She said, "Look, we're not allowed to give you extra shots with this."
He might have to sign a
mean?
waiver
She's
with
like,
that.
We can't give you extra shots with this. It has enough. She said, "But I'm gonna put some in there anyway."
Yeah.
Look, don't you know I was drinking and I was dizzy? I was like, yes. You know how when you had too much caffeine? Have you ever had too much caffeine and your hands are shaking and
Man, look good.
Dizzy.
I learned. Oh, it looks real good.
looks real
What
good.
phone you got?
Man.
Did you upgrade?
No, not yet. Trust the process.
Oh, I got that boy.
Do you?
Oh,
Think about it.
You didn't hear what happened?
Nah, what happened?
Somebody stole my phone in Nashville.
What did they bump into you and
No,
get it?
they look. So this was a week before I left, but so we're in Nashville for Valentine's Day weekend. You know, we had a great time, had a blast. What we did, so I was in. The wives went shopping, so you know us. We're like old men nowadays. We're trying to find the electric massage chairs.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So we go
Put
find the
about
electric
$7
massage.
in that thing.
I used to look and watch old guys be at the mall. I'm like, man, y'all ain't shopping, y'all ain't balling, y'all just kick back.
Yeah.
And I realized, like, that's life. Like, let them go shopping, and I just, you know, we just have peace, just sitting there and just hanging out, right?
Man.
So I was so relaxed and comfortable. Well, I went over and got something to drink at this is in Nashville at this little restaurant.
Yeah.
And Bobby was like, I was like, here, Bobby, go get you something. He's like, give me a refill. I'm like, You go get it. He's like, man, will you give me a refill? I was like, of course, I got you, bro. So I got up to go get the refill, and I guess I left my phone sitting in the massage chair recliner.
Wow.
So once I started walking back over to them, they met me halfway, and we took off. Like maybe 7 minutes later, I was like, oh.
You know how that's the craziest feeling.
Oh,
you know that you done forgot something
instantly.
You're trying to figure out what you done forgot.
Oh, you're sick to your stomach. Oh, you already you know how whenever you're in trouble, and like whenever you get pulled over and you see them red and blue lights behind you, and you know like look, this is about to go bad.
You know what time it is.
Yeah.
That feeling you get in your stomach. Some of y'all don't know about that. That's just that convicted felon feeling. But your stomach literally drops and rises in your throat, right?
Right.
So I'm like, my phone. So I call Heaven. I'm like, hey, go back there, hurry up and see if you can get my phone. So then I'm calling it, and it's like going to the voicemail. And I'm like, oh, she must be calling it too. Nah, they didn't turn that boy off.
Oh, they got you? You didn't have the location on?
Yeah, I had the location on. People think that just because you have find my location or find my phone or whatever it's called, that you can track the phone if it's off.
I'm going to tell you.
You cannot track it if it's off.
Hey, I'm going to tell you. They some bad boys. These scammers in 2021, they don't care about any of that. They don't care about no debit card lock, the phone being located. They know how to use it and reboot it and resell it.
The phone said, please return my phone back. Reward. You think I got anything back? Absolutely not. So then we're about to have the second wave of the snowstorm. And I'm like, look, I ain't worried about it. I don't need a phone. The phones are, yes, I operate my business and I got to connect with people. But I'm like, at the end of the day, I need a vacation from my phone anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. Then you hear Bobby saying, well, you know it's about to snow again. And it's President's Day. And you might not get a phone till Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm like, oh, it ain't worth it. Then I got to thinking about it. And it just hit me instantly. I was like, take me to AT&T. So I go to AT&T, and they told me that I just got having a new phone. And then I got another phone. We got that other phone, business phone. And they was like, look, the phone you got stolen, you got to call it in for insurance. You still owe $800 on it. Oh. So I was like, $800 on it? I was like, how do I owe $800 on it?
You done paid about $2,500.
No, but that was a free phone. It pays for itself.
It pays itself?
Yeah. So
what do you mean? I never heard of that.
Okay, so they give you a voucher because I opened the line at one point in time.
Yeah.
So I got that phone for free. So it don't give it to you for free. It just takes it off your bill, $25, whatever the deductible is off your bill.
Yeah.
So he's like, look, you just need to order a new phone and get that phone and sell it or get you an upgrade or something. I'm like, so what's my ultimatum here? You know what he said? What kind of phone you like?
that's when the floodgates open.
I mean, I already kind of knew I was going to get an upgrade anyway. The iPhone 12.
It was just perfect timing.
Rob, I had to buy it for $1,300.
You had to put $1,300 down?
I had to buy this phone
outright
for $1,300.
Wow.
Ooh. That cost you. I bet you won't lose it again.
Look, I was sitting in that car. Look, they was talking to me. I was just like, yes. You know how you're trying to process something. You trying to let it process.
You just heard it.
And you're trying to crunch numbers. Like, look, I can save money here.
Yeah.
I can. This person owes me money. I can kind of. You're trying to justify it in your head. About what you just paid. Plus, we just spent. Another $1,500.
Money going down there.
Yeah.
On hotels because we left like that Thursday night or something like that and didn't come home until Sunday. So from hotels and eating and all that stuff, that was another probably $2,000. So that weekend, I spent like almost $4,000, and I was like, even if I have money, I'm not that guy I'm sorry, I just can't see money go like that, and it bothers me I'm still thinking about it right now. That feeling reminds me. But anyway.
Is the phone good?
Oh, it don't leave my hand. It's like what's your boy?
Is it way better than the? Can you tell the difference from that? And the
Absolutely.
11?
Have you seen the picture quality on this thing?
That's what they always say on the
Look,
phone.
but they step it up. But I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
I know Rob's a phone guy. Rob's a quality guy.
Give me a couple months. I don't mind to wait a couple months.
I'm just saying though.
I don't mind. Let me check you out. I don't mind to wait a couple months. Oh yeah, you can. Nigga, it's crystal clear. It looks like glass. Look how it
That's what I'm
looks. You
trying
see
to
the
tell
you see the pixels how they moving?
Yeah, it does look good.
Nick.
So
that's
in
on
my
the
industry, it's
camera.
everything.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
Was you able to get
Plus,
all
you ain't
your
even got it
stuff
on the
back
right
in the
settings.
cloud?
I ain't messed with all that yet.
Was you able to
Hold
get
on,
all
watch
your?
this.
Was they able to transfer your stuff?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Look at
What is
that.
one on?
60
Was that-
HD.
60 HD.
Man, look at that, Nick.
Was they able to transfer your stuff?
I had it saved to the iCloud. You know, it's crazy because like a month before that, I just upgraded my iCloud to more, so
That helped out.
Oh, so that helped out big.
Wow.
Once I found out and I could just switch it back, my phone it was just like the phone how I had left it.
Oh, that's what's so beautiful about the iCloud. I'm telling you, I was arguing with my nephew the other day, and he was like, he's an Android person. And I think that people ain't Android people, they're just Android people by default.
Yeah.
Because they haven't experienced the
No,
Apple
I'm telling
world
you,
yet,
Android and Apple, that tells your personality.
It does. I'm telling you, I got two nephews, and they both got Android phones. One of them got a better quality Android than the other one. The other one got the free Android, right? Look,
Yeah.
you go to Metro, they give you 5 free Androids. There has to be something, a catch to it, right? How can you give me 5 free Androids?
Wow.
And then they call it like the B20. You know how they got that Galaxy S?
the ZTE3.
Instead of the S,
Yeah.
it might be the A20,
They
right?
got you
So
on the super plan, but
that's what I'm saying. So look, we was talking.
Hey,
and-
we ain't knocking anybody.
No, we ain't knocking nobody.
It's got the S4, the S240, or
Yeah,
or
but
the
I'm telling you,
ZTE5.
you need to check your heart though. If you got an Android, I'm telling you, it tells a lot about who you are because you're living 2 different worlds. So we was talking.
Rob,
and-
I can tell. Hold on.
Oh,
Rob
man.
means this from the bottom of his
Oh
heart.
man, I'm telling you, hey, we
Rob,
got
at
into
one
it.
point, but here's the crazy thing though. At one point, Rob was an Android guy.
That's just because I hadn't experienced the other side of life.
And we had this argument. Remember, Nick,
Yeah.
at the shop, we had this argument.
man.
He said, you cannot convince me differently that that Samsung, Rob had the best Android you could get, the Samsung 8 or
Droid.
9 or
I
whatever.
had to know.
Remember, it said
No.
Droid.
Yeah, it would be talking and doing
It
all
said-
that stuff.
it
He's
said
like,
quotes
you can't
every
get better
morning.
than this until he had that iPhone in his hand.
Oh my goodness.
Once he had that iPhone in his hand and he started operating it,
Look,
it changed his life.
changed. Look, because I'm telling
Look,
you,
he started
it-
coming to work. It's a little bit different. His hair started to
They
look a
still
little
got those,
different.
the Samsung Galaxies
Look.
S10s and stuff.
I'm gonna tell you how,
Hey,
how
man.
different this was. Listen. When Rob switched to iPhone, his hair started growing back.
that's what Apple does for you. Look,
He
so
started tucking in his shirt and everything.
he started
man, that's what, look, you got an Apple phone on, especially when you put on the clip.
Yeah,
Look, you
yeah.
just feel better tucking
Hey.
that shirt.
That one day he came in.
That's one thing. If you see some, look, if
What
you see
happened to
somebody
that,
have a
Jill?
phone on their clip, if you see somebody have their phone on their side on their clip, like don't test them. They don't.
No,
play.
you better not
Hey,
test
what
them. Look,
happened?
they're ready.
What happened to him?
What?
Remember he had Dress Up Fridays?
That's for a meeting. I had a meeting that day.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
working
okay.
today. I look like a worker.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Rob the roofer. Look,
the
so
roofer.
get back to this. I'm telling you, when I went from a Android to an Apple, it was like going from black and white to like when they had color TV.
Somebody said you said it was like
Bro.
it's like being unsaved and saved.
That's almost what it's like. Look, you need to check your heart. So look, we was sitting there talking. Plus Zoe was there, right? My brother. It was so funny because they was the only 2 in the room with the Android. He was kind of like me, trying to be like, man, ain't nothing y'all's phone can do that this can't do, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, there's tons of things that I can do that you can't do.
Yeah.
He was like, give me an example. I was like, all right, watch this. We can airdrop. Y'all can't airdrop.
Yeah.
I turned on the airdrop. 1, 2, 3, 5 phones pulled up, right?
Yeah.
I said, I don't see no Androids on here. I got to send it to you in a text message. I can't FaceTime you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. You can't AirPlay.
Yeah,
There's a list of things that you can't do.
yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm telling you, and I told him this. The only thing I think that an Android is good for, and excuse me, this may be too much, but I'm being dead serious. The only thing that an Android is good for, and why most people still have them, is because they can get access to them one sites.
What one size?
The triple X sites.
Oh, is that the big sale of Android?
I'm telling you, that's it. Because you can do whatever you want to do. Apple don't play that.
Yeah.
Apple got that stuff locked.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, mine is restricted.
And I think that's why, look, so those are my 2 nephews, right? I know that's why they got Android phones.
Wow.
I know
so
that's
basically,
why.
it boils down to porn.
Android, you can't
For them, yeah.
You can't FaceTime on an Android?
I don't know what they call it.
I don't know what they call it either. Droid time? I don't know, man. It's just a different
I know
life.
one thing is, don't get me wrong. Like Samsung does a great job with their operating. Of course, it's Android operating system, but I'm just telling you. One thing I know is that Androids always crash.
Yeah, my heart started beating different when I got the Apple phone. I'm telling you, it's like everything synced up for me. I went to next level. It synced together. Yeah. Look, my body became the iCloud.
The best thing about iPhone is it syncs everything. Your watch, your headphones.
You can't. It's the system.
Your laptop, everything.
That's what makes them so great. They don't do nothing spectacular. They just do the one thing very well.
Yeah.
And that is have the system that you need to live. They make my life 10 times. I'm telling you, my life improved today. I got an Apple phone.
Man, I'm telling you guys, if you with that Android, you need to think about upgrading to come over to the real side.
They might the dark
side right now.
They might start making refrigerators next.
They said they're coming out with Apple cars.
That's what Samsung has to do.
Sinks.
Samsung has to go and do like extremes. They making lawnmowers. Why you gotta make a lawnmower?
I mean, whatever's gonna turn $1 though.
But you see, Apple ain't with that.
I ain't see a lawnmower.
Apple's trying to come out with an Apple car.
Hey, I can see that. I would be very interested in an Apple car. I promise you. Look, if I ain't
gonna be able to fit in it. If they ever had an Apple car, I wouldn't fit.
What if they made an Apple truck?
I could probably fit.
Called the Mac truck. Oh,
that would kill it.
Oh, Apple Mac truck.
If they do that in 6 years, Rob's gonna be like they heard it.
I'm giving it to them now. Instead of the MacBook, you got the Mac truck. Then you got the Mac Mini truck.
Yeah.
Look, so have y'all seen Yeezy's truck? You know it's a real truck, the one he has in the video.
Which one?
It's called the Yeezy truck.
Pull it up. Let me see it.
The one that he has in Chick-fil-A video with his family out there in the mountains.
Oh, like an army tank?
Yeah, with the big wheels.
Yeah, I seen that.
You ain't seen it? Let me show you
it. Man, that's crazy. Like, here's my thing. Like, people are trying to make Kanye look like he's just a lunatic.
Yeah, he ain't.
They getting a divorce.
I mean, like
that's probably because he checked her.
But you got to understand
right
too. It's probably
look at that. Come on, man. What if you came rolling up in that though?
Oh yeah,
that's what we need for a regular stream.
That's like at all right. That's like I'm just saying. To me, I think maybe it could be the Lord weeding people out of his life, and it's gonna seem like you're crazy sometimes. Like whenever you're going through this battle in your mind, and you're in the battle of good and evil.
That's a different feel. That's a different feeling.
Oh yeah, that's different right there.
That's living different.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. So y'all can see that. That's the Yeezy truck.
When you're living different, like so the difference is when you're actually waging war, like spiritually, things are a cluster.
Oh yeah,
for a long time.
Yeah, man. It's a crazy shift when you are coming out but not knowing where you're going to be, but you know you want to get there. That space you're in, it's like
I'm staying today. I've been doing this for
that's right.
Since I mean the end of 2012. I call it 2013.
Yeah.
Since 2013. So how many years is that? It's 8 years now.
Yeah.
Like I have really been rocking, and the battle, it doesn't stop.
No, never.
Like still today, especially whenever you are in the work environment and you and your wife aren't on good terms, and you get certain opportunities and you're put in position with worldly people.
Yeah.
Like the battle does not stop. I was just saying, like, here's a thought that I had on the way here. Like, it's almost like you're being forged by the fire just to get ready for war.
That's right.
Like typically when you say somebody's been forged by the fire, you think that they're done, that they're ready to like carry on with life. No, I think like the process is you get forged by the fire, you walk through the fire, and that's just the beginning of the battle.
Man, that's
it. Like that's just the beginning of the battle. You know how whenever the king takes that sword and they hit one side to another, and they're like, look, you're ready to go to. That's forged by the fire, and you're ready to you're ready to go to war.
Man, he came back preaching, Nick.
No, I'm just saying. Think about it though.
That's right.
Like people think that. Like people already say, it was like, well, you hear this all the time. When you get out of jail or you get out of rehab, they're like, oh, the battle don't start now. The battle don't start now.
The real battle starts.
Bro, the real battle's already done started.
That's right. And if you think that, then you're already behind.
Yeah, the battle just started as soon as you made that conscious decision to follow that pulling that when the Lord is wooing your heart and you make that conscious decision to say, all right, regardless, you're going to come either way it goes. I'm not going to get into that. But when you feel that tug at your heart, we'll go in real quick. All right, here's when I knew that something was wrong. I was at Mount Calvary Baptist Church, and me, Heaven, and Mila was in church. And that night I went out and partied, and of course I'm going to church because I don't know what it was, but something was trying to push me outside of what I was, my current state.
It was a force.
I felt it. It was no denying it. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? And you can ask my wife this. So I'm at church, and I can't tell you how many Sundays I was in church and I had drugs on me. And I knew that once I left there, I was going to put those drugs away and I was going to be done. But as soon as I left out of church, that battle started.
Heavy.
Where I'm going back and forth and I'm being pulled. And I remember a specific day, one Sunday, I left church and I'm sitting on the edge of the car. I'm sitting in the driver's seat, but my feet are outside the door and I'm bent over and I can't breathe. I'm having a panic attack. And I'm breathing heavy, and I'm I don't know what's wrong with me. The battle of me trying to I'm trying to quit, make this conscious decision to say, look, I'm done. I'm going to surrender my life. And a lot of people are stuck in this state where you want to give up, but you're like, what's next? The question you used to ask me, Nick used to ask me the same question, what do I do? What do I do next? Okay, I'm deciding to change, but where do I go from here?
That's right.
And it's sad because we don't have a lot of people that are in this for people in that age of 20 to 30.
That's right.
Because that's the most vital age, right? Would you agree?
Oh yeah,
totally.
Sure.
And it's not that we don't have people, because all through our lives we have people pour into us.
That's right.
Up to the age of 20. But I think our hearts and minds were ready to hear between 20 to 30, right?
Yeah.
Something happens in that point, somewhere between that point, to where your heart is maybe you've had enough pain or you're susceptible to listen. So anyway, I'm sitting on the edge of my car and I'm just crying. I'm like, why am I feeling this way? And I know that literally there was a battle over my soul that day.
Oh yeah.
And probably 2 weeks later, I got busted.
Yeah.
God always gives you a way out.
Oh yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. Everybody has an ultimatum. Rob's ultimatum was his brother Nick was walking this straight path and said, Rob, what you're doing right now, what you're getting ready to do right now is ludicrous. And I'm telling you, if you do this, it's not going to turn out bad. It's not going to turn out good. I have a bad feeling about this. We all have a way out,
That's
right? There's no excuses for that. And at that point in time, all that stuff happened, and which brought me here today. But I'm just saying that battle and that mental obsession of trying to let go of the old lifestyle and trying to find a new way, it is probably, I have never burdened a weight that heavy.
Yeah. Here's the thing. So when that's right. No, when you're in it, it seems impossible, man. I'm telling you. When you ain't never been somewhere before and you're looking, I mean, it's almost like, how people get lost in the desert for weeks and they look upon the horizon and it's wavy and, it looks so far off. It doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem like it's even doable. You're telling me that I can go from living this way to completely different? How does that happen? And that's where my spirit was at. That's why I continue to ask over and over and over, well, what do I do? You're telling me to trust. I ain't never trusted. All I've done in my whole life.
I don't even trust myself.
That's what I'm saying. You're telling me, look, just keep going.
Yeah.
Because if you do keep going, something does happen. That is a promise, right? So what is something that we could tell someone who may be in that position right now? Because that is, just like you said, that's a very vital moment.
Let's ask the future doctor.
Look, I'm telling you, look, that's the crossroads.
No, I think when you're at the crossroads, I taught on this at small church. What you have to do is surround yourself with people that know the way and can show the way.
Ooh.
So the Bible would say iron sharpens iron.
Man.
And the problem is a lot of men ain't around iron.
Ooh, what they around?
That can sharpen them.
Plastic.
They're around dull blades.
Hey, they're around them plastic swords that that you give a kid.
Yeah.
They're like, man, I got me a sword. It looks right.
Yeah.
It looks like one.
Nah, so and I think
And they got the qualities.
That, like what you said about the main age is 20 to 30 is the time where you need a man that's been through the fire to now show you how to go through the fire yourself.
That's right.
Not baby or pacify you, but lead you along the way and say, I've been there.
I would say this.
You almost need a Mr. Miyagi that says, wax on, wax off.
So a lot of men look for men without scars, right?
Yeah.
Man, the greatest thing I would say, go find somebody who's scarred up.
Nugget.
You know what I'm saying?
He dropped one this morning.
Go somebody who's scarred up.
He dropped one this morning.
Because you can see the evidence of like, man, they've been through something and they're on the other side of it now. And that's the greatest thing, just like Nick was saying, just to echo what he was saying. Get you somebody who's been through it before.
And that's still fighting.
That's right. They ain't stopped.
Yeah.
They ain't stopped.
Because go ahead.
And even in the church, that's the missing link is discipleship.
That's it right there.
So Rob always says this, like if you're getting married, a married woman, like get around some married women that have been married for a while.
That's right.
And they can tell you, hey, look, this is gonna be tough sometime. Like you probably won't always be pleased with your husband. You probably won't always find satisfaction in him. Like get around some other married women and married men. We need men to tell us, like, love your wife, lay down your life.
That's what I was gonna say real quick. A lot of problem that I see is married women, and I don't know why this is.
Married men and women.
Married, I'm not saying I'm gonna say both ways, but a lot of times if you're a married woman, there's no reason. I'm not saying that this can't be, but this is an exception, right? You're talking about the one exception. Most of the times when you're a married woman or a married man, you need to go get a married woman or a married who is further along than you to be able to pour into you. It's very unlikely for a single woman to be able to give you some advice, right, Nick? And I'm not saying that they can't, but I'm saying if you ain't been where I want to go to, how can you tell me what I need to do?
Yeah, it's like these people in sports that they can tell you the analytics, right?
Yeah.
So they try to say, like, well, if you do this plus this, we should get this result.
Right.
But the people that played the game are like, look, screw the analytics. It don't always work out like that. You're discounting human emotion. So now there's this big battle in sports, like analytics versus experience. And experience always wins. That's why you get seasoned coaches. Like that's why you always get veteran players, because the analytics don't match what veterans have been through.
And you see it though too, real quick. Who makes the best coaches?
People that have played before.
People that have been there on the field and can tell you from that perspective.
And we talked about this at Small Church too, is a good coach is usually a coach you don't like.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, most of the time.
Like most of the time. I remember like Drew didn't like Coach Prince because he was a hard coach.
Yeah, he was good. He was a good coach. I admit that. He's a good coach.
But like he was a disciplinarian. Yeah. Like he made sure you was on time.
That's right.
He made sure you listened.
That's what I like about Jay Fallon.
That's right.
Like he's
man,
I mean,
shout out.
He is
a good coach people generally don't like, but he brings the best out of you in the long run.
Absolutely.
So if you're looking for a mentor, I would say, look, if you are looking for somebody to mentor you, to disciple you, to pour into you, but they share every quality that you have, I would say find somebody else.
Yeah, because here's the thing too. The biggest obstacle that a person is going to face that is in that season of trying to find a new way of life is consistency and discipline.
That's it.
Those two things are it. You have to be willing to stay consistent in meeting with that person. And that's and have the discipline to stay away from those things or stay away from those old people that are gonna continuously push you back into those things. It's crazy because I've seen this play out in my own household, right? This is what I love about this podcast is because we can use our own examples and being transparent with our own wives and family. But there was a point in time where my wife was hanging out with friends, and her friends were basically single or not married. So their behavior was a lot different. Like, look, it's gonna be them or me. Like, I'm not gonna continue to put myself, because that was my problem because I wasn't leading my household.
That's good.
I was, because I played a role in it too.
That's good.
I was allowing her to go do these things because, I know that how I lived my life seems so radical the way my life resembled, like how different it was.
Complete 180.
Like complete 180. So like you go from living that nightlife in over a year and a half to like basically like a priest life.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like we were like strict to the T, no drinking, no smoking, that's just how it is for me. And I couldn't explain the feeling that I had got from understanding like I played this role in it. And I just didn't want her. I didn't want to seem like I was controlling, right?
Yeah.
That's what the world.
That's what it
would
is.
Say, and
man, just let her do it, man. She's coming. She's in her process too.
Yeah, and
you in your process at the club.
What happened? What hit me one night was she said, "It ain't like you can't come with us either."
Oh, look, I bet you thought about it too.
Oh, for a minute.
Look,
I thought hard.
I know you was about to put your sunglasses on.
Look, I thought long and hard.
You was about to transform,
yeah,
wasn't
I was
you?
about to transform. I was about to take a few. I was about to jump into that time machine. You know what I mean? And man, let me tell you what. Immediately, look, I'm telling you. I thought it through. I see myself walking through the doors.
Hey, I already know.
Rick James, like Rick James walking through the doors.
And everything just clicking.
Where the smoke is on the ground.
I think I'm Big Meat.
Yeah. Hey, look, wait.
Larry Hoover.
What do you think your kids would have said if they would have seen you walk like that, man?
Oh, they would have. Who's this? Like, that ain't my dad. You know what I mean? Like, so, but again, you play like what I've learned through.
Come on, that's it.
Friends of Sinners and do the process is playing it through.
That's it, Nick. What I tell you last night. That's one of the most. Me and my wife talked about the other day. That's one of the most important things. If you're on the other side of this decision, is to every decision you make, play the tape the whole way through.
Oh, sift it.
Yeah,
sift it.
That's right. Like hey, look, when you make spaghetti, you cook. You just can't leave all that in there in that meat, right?
You gotta strain that grease out.
That's right. If not, what you're gonna get?
Bad.
That's right. If you don't sift it. I would say
the Bible would say count the cost, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
So when you count the cost, you weigh all options. It says a fool builds his house on the side of a hill without counting the cost.
Man,
so
I know, right?
In that area, so what Jude did is he counted the cost of, man, if I go out, I'll probably have a drink.
It's over.
And then when I have a drink, I'll probably go smoke weed. And then if I smoke weed, then I'll probably be doing pills again.
So he counted the cost and said, no, it's not worth it.
That's right.
So that's and I had to take a stand. It was either, because if I would, men, listen to this, men lead.
That's right.
I was getting ready to be
Real
a follower.
men lead. That's right.
Real men lead, and that's what I did. I put my foot down and I told her, like, I'm not trying to sound arrogant right now or like I'm controlling my life.
No, man, talk that talk.
But I told her, like, look, we're done.
That's right.
Like, you're not going out again. Well, I'm Flamingo. One night, it was something, I don't know what it was, and she went out again, and it just hit me. I was like, you're compromising. Like, how do you say you love your wife, but you're letting her destroy her life?
Man, come on.
And
man, come on.
I just that was, and I had to sit down. We met with the church, and I told her, I was like, look, you think it's
meet me at the crossroads?
No, it was like, look, I'm going to get them papers Monday.
I'm ready to sign papers.
Look, I'm selling the house.
Papers.
What it hit me was my salvation and my walk is far more important.
Not just that, but them kids.
Oh, but that's part of
it. And her and you're that's that. I would say that's true love.
Yeah, I'm not.
So in that season, you was being a coach.
Man, I was
a good coach.
Man.
You was being a good coach, right?
Man,
he was being
Jay Fowler.
Some of it was out of anger.
People usually don't like a good coach.
Hey.
Oh, she didn't like it at all. She didn't like me. We would get in little spits and spats and arguments, and she would tell me this and tell me that. And I'm just like, she didn't understand. But let me tell you what, today,
man,
my wife sees why.
That's right.
And she understands. It's not like I had to force her to do it, but she understands why I did what I did and why I said what I said. And and she's grateful for
I
where
can see
we're at today
clearly
because
now the rain
we
is
wouldn't be where we're at today if I wouldn't have put if that day if I didn't stand up for my family, and that's what I did. I stood up for her too, whether she's seen it
That's
or not.
right, man.
Just
You
think about all the silly stuff Kenny Hicks would have us do.
Yeah, we talked about that
Suicides
last
during
week.
the games.
Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
it was
You know-
too much. Run around the court.
Or our coach Stennett would have have you do
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
shoot 100 free throws.
You know, one time in one practice, I read 36 suicides.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
I remember that one practice we
I
had.
quit.
We had this practice in school where we had 6 goals, and all we had to do was layups the whole.
We had the whole practice. Look, in the gym, there's you remember the gym?
And then
Yeah.
There's 2 on this side, 2 on this
Yeah.
side. One
Every
here, one
time
here.
somebody missed a layup,
We had to run. We did it the whole practice.
But what did that teach you?
Then I missed a layup.
That's what I'm saying. You better not miss a free layup. But think about
Jude threw up.
Man, I did. I died.
All right, so look, in that moment, what it teaches you is so much greater than what you would have got if you didn't go through it.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
What the
right.
coach did for me in high school, that 8 years ago when I caught my second wind,
Yeah.
that same discipline, I remembered it.
Oh, man.
That drive.
That's what I'm
I'll be
saying.
in the gym and I'm working out. I still feel it today. I'll be in the gym and I'm working out.
And you
And
hear
I'm-
that voice, right?
Man, I'm going.
What's
I'm
it
going
saying to you?
The extra mile. Hey, why not you?
That's right.
And I even seen
Who
a
said
got
that?
coach you.
Who said that?
Roger?
I even seen a post.
Who, Roger?
I'm saying like when we talked about like why not us?
That's right.
We talk
yeah.
about it all the time.
Oh
too,
yeah.
I even
That's right.
seen a post your coach made after you broke the world record recently, and he said, "Man, he's humble and he's coachable."
That's it. That's
So, like-
qualities right there, man.
Yeah. So like, even though you're the world record holder, you're coachable. You still
man.
you still have, and that's what the Bible says. Paul says, "Imitate me as I imitate Christ."
Man.
And I just think we need some men to imitate. You know, the world needs men to imitate.
And it's,
Absolutely.
hey, this is how you treat your wife. This is how you serve your family.
That's right.
This is how you serve the church. This is how you lead. And should be an expectation. We should never lower the bar and just say that's the
Yeah.
standard.
And
I
that's
think
what if
that's what we do far too often. as
Oh, I did do
coaches.
that.
Is
What
we say,
happened?
That's just good enough. At least you're sober today.
That's right. That's what I always tell my kids. I'm telling you, doing something just for the sake of doing it, I would say is just as bad as not doing it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So if I ask my children to, let's say, like my daughter, she'll be 11, and I asked her to clean her room, right? Mm-hmm. And when I got home, I'm not saying that she didn't do anything. She picked up a couple things and she threw the rest under the bed, right?
Yeah.
Her response to me was, "It ain't nothing good enough for you."
Yeah.
And I said, "Look, it ain't got to be good enough for me. I'm just asking you, is it done the right way?" There's a big difference between doing something and doing it the right way.
Yeah.
And just like I always, this is one of my big pet peeves. Like, look, if you ain't going to do it the right way, don't do it at all.
Yeah.
Like, don't waste somebody's time because it's going to cost somebody something somewhere down the line.
Mm-hmm.
If Jude didn't if Jude didn't love her in that moment, I'm not going to say put my foot down. If Jude didn't love her well in that moment, it was going to cost someone, somewhere down the line.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Like, there was a consequence. There's a consequence to halfway doing something.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No, and I
absolutely.
think either it's a consequence now or later, and that's
What I'm saying.
Jude knew. He was like, "Man, this is going to destroy our family if we don't put an end to this." And I just think, as men, and we have a guy around us, and he's always like, "Why are y'all on to me? I'm doing good."
Oh, man.
He always says, "I'm doing better than I was."
That's right.
And I remember Rob asked him, "What's your standard? Is it because you're not smoking dope
Hey, look,
today?
look, it don't even fly. It don't make no sense when
Is
he
it
says
because you're going to
it.
work
I'd be
now?"
confused.
He was like, "So what? So basically, you want us to tell you you're doing good because you're not
Because you ain't getting
'cause
high.
you don't have a crack pipe, and because you shouldn't do that anyway.
Yeah.
So
Look,
basically, you want us to lower the bar to your, expectations.
Just to break it down real quick, just in very simple terms, if you started at level 0 and you get to level 2, but your potential is a level 8, but you want people to be happy because you're at level 2.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't congratulate the small
yeah.
victories, right?
Yeah.
We clap for steps.
No, you're saying no,
But
what
they
you're
done made
saying
that their
is
ceiling.
You
Right.
you don't win. You started at level 0. You go -10, and you jump back up to
By
I'm just saying,
-3.
Yeah.
-3.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying I'm doing a lot better.
I'm
and you
doing
ain't
a lot
even-
better.
You're
Oh,
not
that's
even
good.
beating.
That's right. Yeah, so you want
baseline.
You want, and this is the thing. I shouldn't have to come in. I do believe in celebrating, right? I do believe in giving due where it's due.
Oh, so you have get a release from prison parties?
Nah, but I'm saying, like, if I should look, I'm not looking for a hand clap when I make my bed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I shouldn't have to go to my son and say, look, man, you took the trash out for me again.
Yeah.
That's what you're called to do.
Yeah.
Now, if you take the trash out and you clean out the trash can and you help out, if you go to extra, that's minimal.
Do you think the managers at McDonald's say, "Man, I thank you for making that burger"?
That's why you're staying making minimum wage and you ain't a crew leader. I became a crew leader. I was in the McDonald's. I got the green shirt.
He was a crew leader that was taking all the sausage. His bonuses was sausage. He was taking the bags of sausage out of the
But
crew.
look, but that's why. So you're going to get whatever it is you think that you want out of this life, right? So if that's where you want to stay at, that's cool.
And that's
don't think you're going to fly with us when we're flying away.
Yeah. And that's why I think to tie it all in,
man, we taking off.
You have to get around men that make you feel uncomfortable at where you are.
That's it right there.
Because if I hang around a bunch of people that are on level 1 or -3, then I can feel great about myself.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, that's right.
But if I hang around people that's 10s that leaving a will to their children, that are saving, that are in stocks, that are going to school,
it's gonna do something to you.
That are advancing and loving their wives well. It's going to make me feel uncomfortable.
Man,
at one point, we called them boring and like they're squares.
That's right.
Like, I remember when I heard this dude took his wife on a date, every week. I was like, dang, man, I ain't took my wife on a date in about 2 months.
That's right.
And he was like, no, I don't schedule nothing around my wife's date.
Man, I know that's right. Look, because you start seeing, like, your faults.
Yeah.
And when you see your faults, it does something to you.
That's it.
It either is going to push you or you're just going to go backwards. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, and I think that's when in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, it says that when I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. Mm-hmm. But right before that, it also talks about looking at yourself as a man, looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing a true reflection and walking away and forgetting what you've seen.
That's why Jude did such a good job when he worked at Friends of Sinners, because when he walked in the door, they knew what time it was.
They knew what time it was. Look,
they knew it was
fidgety that day.
Like they would do like kiddish stuff sometime, and you would be like, "Are you a grown man or a kid?"
That's what I'm saying.
They would draw like little fake, pictures and be like, "Hee hee ha ha," and Jew would come in the app. They would stop laughing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they got fidgety.
You gotta set that standard though.
You change the environment.
They would say like, look, I can't tell you how many clients over the past 6 years, 7 years that I've been part of the organization, where they're like, man, I hated you when I was in the program.
Exactly.
Like, I hated, but now I see why.
Yeah,
man, you was at Jay Fallon to him.
They'd be like, come back. They was like, come back.
So that part, that's what sucks. Is
usually don't appreciate a good coach till you don't got one.
You don't
man,
got one.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I mean, kill it.
If that ain't a word, what'd you just say?
Kill it. You should don't
appreciate a good coach until you don't got one.
He dropped he dropped a whole 10-piece right
there.
there.
No, but think about that. Like, that's what I tell people. Like, Jew, how many weight training coaches have you had?
One.
That's it, one. I've had the same.
All I need is
I've
one.
had the same guy discipling me for years.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so many people want to switch it up because
especially in this society,
because it don't feel good.
Especially in this society.
So if I don't give you the marriage advice you're seeking, you go to the next person.
That's right.
And you go to the next person and the next person.
What is that called? What's that from?
They want a pacifier.
Look, when you said it earlier, just like using heaven as an example, like, look, it's really that it's a flamingo trying to hang around swans, but still wanting to go run with the flamingos, right? Like, you can't be this. You can't be either. You can't be a lion, but also be a hyena and think that you're going to fit in.
Yeah. Your
qualities truly have to change.
A gazelle don't hang out with lions.
Never.
A gazelle.
You don't see it.
Yeah, you just don't see it. So you could never be a gazelle. And
you think that you're gonna just be hanging around a lion and not get eaten?
Yeah.
It's not
That's what it is
possible.
right
A
there.
lion eats.
I remember when, and this is a worldly analogy, but I watch Master P's videos sometimes because they're motivational.
Yeah, they are.
And I remember when Snoop said, "Man, I went from Death Row to No Limit." He was like, "I didn't sell more records, but Master P changed my whole mindset
Man, wow.
to ownership."
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Y'all heard the story. I was talking to somebody the other day about the story of the snake handler and the snake, right? And the snake handler grew this bond with the snake that he was taking care of, right? Mm-hmm. And it happened to be over time, some weeks, some months, some years or whatever, and they grew a relationship. Well, one day the snake handler got the snake out, and the snake bit him. Yeah. Right? Who's to blame?
Yeah, the snake. He's to blame.
The snake handler. A snake is always going to bite. That's what they do. So you're that's almost what a lot of men do is you're thinking that an outside force is going to change who you are. No. You're going to be who you are.
Yeah, there has to be some divine coming.
You know what I'm saying? The snake the snake is always going to bite because that's just what snakes do.
Yeah.
I know, like, if Jew, at first he probably, he got this coach. And, so when you switch.
You ever met him, Nick?
Yeah, I ain't met him. I've heard Jew talk to him. He
seems
seems
like
like a great guy.
He don't play.
But I remember, so what we usually do in our past is if we got a coach that pushes us, we can blame the coach. The coach isn't doing his job.
Yeah.
If the coach would do this, then I would be better.
Man.
It ain't never really the coach's fault. You ain't done what the coach told you to do.
That's right.
And he's the easy out.
Well, how about this?
And I know, with Juice coach, he's probably going to tell him, it's going to show whether you put in the work
That's
or
it
not.
right there.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I was going to say.
Because you could get away with it, couldn't you? He don't even live here.
That's probably been the most.
Man, think about that. He coaches him from states over.
Yeah, it's been the most consistent thing that, apart from following the Lord, that I've done or being a dad.
That's your Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, but it's crazy because time is the telltale for everything.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. So for those that thought that they were going to be coached by this guru, that's what I basically call him.
Right. He is.
Time will tell. Time will tell how serious you are.
That's right.
Time will tell if you're putting in the work. And there came a point in the beginning where, I was doing the work, but I was doing just to complete the program.
You didn't see that.
Just to say, all right, I completed the sheet, coach.
Yeah.
But there comes a point to where
you didn't see no evidence of growth. He didn't see that because he knew where you were supposed to be at.
Oh yeah, he knew. He said it from the beginning.
If I give you the formula,
I wish I could find that email where he's like, "You're gonna break the all-time."
Oh, we gotta find that. We gotta find it.
He said it a long time ago, and I'm like, what? But he said, so.
And I know other coaches have tried to sneak in and tell you.
Oh yeah.
Out the woodwork. Look, think about how crazy this is.
I know big name coaches too.
Think about how many people have called me or messaged me and said, either have you thought about getting a new coach or let me coach you?
Yeah.
And it's like, why? I don't. That's who's that? Bill Belichick, right?
Yeah. So
in those seasons, whenever they were winning, do you think that they wanted to replace him?
Nope.
They couldn't.
You see what I'm saying? Why would they even be interviewing another coach?
Exactly.
They're winning.
Exactly. It makes no sense. That's right.
They held the most Super Bowls in history, right?
Yep, the Patriots. Yep.
So think about it. The most in history. How crazy is it?
And we're gonna look for a new coach.
That we're gonna look for a new coach.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so the point is when you have that winning dynasty or did I say that right?
That was right. Fact check. You're exactly right. The New England Patriots have the most Super Bowl wins.
Have the most Super Bowl wins. So think about how crazy that is if they were like, all right, we know you're a great coach. We know that you're a winning coach. But we're gonna replace you with him.
Yeah.
What's even crazier is some of the teams they got a lot of wins, but they might have been in the 30s. The Patriots are all in Bill Belichick's era.
Right. Yeah.
They got
the Steelers.
Yeah, the Steelers won, when they had leather helmets.
Yeah.
But the Patriots
they play with leather helmets.
Yeah, in the past. The Patriots are all in this, the last 30 years.
Man, he's been a good father.
Since he's been there.
He's been a good father.
Oh, yeah.
Belichick.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, just to kind of wrap this up, man. It's
All right, I gotta go.
what a message. I think the thing is, hold on, Nick. I think the thing is, we're about to end. Hold on. The thing is stay coachable. Get you a coach that ain't gonna agree with everything that you say. And what's the 2 things that you said that his coach said about him?
Teachable
And coachable.
and coachable.
No, he's humble.
Humble
And he's coachable. That's the episode 76. Coachable.
Yeah.
Pray us out, Nick.
All right. Father, we thank you for today. Thank you for Jew and you just blessing him with his talent. I thank you for everyone listening. May they receive something from it. I just pray that in 2021 we be man of consistency, man of discipline, and man that we can iron sharpens iron. And I pray that we can be imitators because we imitate you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Have a good week. We'll see you next week. Peace.